Hello, and welcome you guys to the first ever Tech and Tales podcast presented by NISB. I'm Abhishek Rao, and today we have my co host Veer Singh here. Hey Veer, how are you? Do you want to introduce us both?
Yeah, hi Abhishek, and hello everyone. Welcome to Tech and Tales. And I would just like to take a minute to introduce ourselves. My name is Veer, and I'm the technology coordinator at NISB. And my co-host Abhishek is the sponsorship lead. Now, we wanted to bring you Tech and Tales so that we get more of a chance to interact with our audiences and give them amazing content. So, in this, we'll just be introducing ourselves and what we've been doing and like how's everything going. So, how is the pandemic going for you? Like, how's the lockdown and how have you been this past couple of months?
Well, let's see. I would say it's been stages throughout the pandemic, because
Yeah,
obviously now it's September and we all have our online classes. But if I'm like wrong, correct me, but I think the pandemic, like all this holiday situation, started like 5 months ago.
yeah,
So probably like the first 2 weeks, I was like really happy. Our second internals got cancelled, and then everybody was like, "Yay, no exams are going to be there." We
mm,
didn't have basketball practice because I don't. In the end, because of all the physical like training we had to do and the physical exercises for
yeah,
basketball in the team, which I was a part of, I was glad that it had stopped. I'd got some rest and all that. But then after 2 weeks, it just lasted for 2 weeks. I swear. After 2 weeks, I felt
yeah.
extremely bored.
Kind of the same. I've been busy. I won't say I've been very free and everything, but like it's been a journey, so it gets a bit old after a few months.
Oh,
Anything
yeah,
you do.
talk about
So
busy. Guys, you won't believe this. But every time I text Veer on WhatsApp saying, Veer, could you help me with this? Or Veer, we have to film the podcast. Where are you? Veer is always like, I'm
dude,
busy. I'm in a
I
meeting.
don't
I'm
have
doing
my
something.
phone all
I'm
the
at work.
time. I don't have my phone all the time, firstly. Secondly, I like legit, I legit say yes to everything. So if someone comes up to me and like, do you want to do this? I'm like, yes. Even if I'm not able to do this or I don't want to do this, I'll say yes. A lot of that stuff is actually NISB work. So I would like you to go ahead with like what we've been doing in NISB and how we've been dealing with online events and all the activities that are coming up.
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about that. But because, all of us had to face the pandemic together, especially
Mm.
the new core hasn't even met yet. We've all been
Yeah,
scattered in places.
yeah.
So we decided to adapt and change as everybody else is doing. And we moved NISP into a digital platform.
Yeah,
Isn't that exciting?
I've seen a lot of online events coming up, and to my surprise, they're going pretty well. Like we have been getting a lot of participations in online coding events and like other fun stuff. Even our
Exactly.
orientation, I was blown away by the response and the feedbacks. So yeah,
Exactly.
what do we have planned for them like in the later days?
Oh, yeah. Well, we have some new exciting things that we have planned as a part of NISP for this year, which haven't been like properly started by the previous years, as I would say, but
Hmm.
the ideas also come from the previous years.
Okay.
So, I think we are starting a GitHub repository for all your online coding, whatever you do.
Yeah. That's a important thing. So what we planned was basically all the projects that we do and everything. We're planning to making it open source so that everyone can chip in and everyone can work together to build those and like develop those into maybe like a production or something. I don't know. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's something we're really excited about since open source is a very big part of the whole development community and like almost everybody is there. Almost everybody should be there. So yeah, that's one thing. How about the IEEE day? What have we what are we doing there?
Yeah. As you all know, IEEE Day is actually on the 6th of October. However, we've planned a very special video making competition for that day.
Mm.
So if you're listening into this podcast, you're getting early access to the topics of what we are going to be keeping for IEEE Day. If you somehow missed the orientation, well, the topic for the IEEE Day is Atma Nirbhar Bharat. And you could
Yeah,
make a video out of anything out of that and keep it ready because you only have a month's time. I remember when we did our like English assignment.
documentary. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. We kept it till like the last 2 weeks, and the last 2 weeks were hell of
dude, I
editing.
had to edit the whole thing. No one else in my team knew how to edit.
I
So
think for us,
yeah,
Chujan edited the whole thing. Poor guy sat up all day, all night for a week and did all the editing, which was amazing. But at the same time, it was sad. So we
yeah,
don't want that experience to happen again. So
yeah. That
we are giving you the topics right now. And so it is Atma Nirbhar Bharat. Remember, you can make any
mm.
video out of it. And when the link comes out, you could submit it to us.
Now, talking about this podcast, what we're doing right now. What are our plans? Like, what do we want to do next? And I would love to get some feedback from the audience too on what we should do. But firstly, like, what have you planned for this?
Well, Veer, I think you can also tell because I know we both are really excited for this. That
Yeah.
is why we are keeping the name of this podcast as Podcast Zero because the first
Mm.
podcast, officially the first podcast, is going to be a very special one. Veer, do you want to tell it or should I?
Yeah, yeah. So we have a guest with us on the first podcast. His name is Srinidhi Prahlad. He's been like unofficially titled as the guy who brought about a renaissance in the NISB. Like he brought it back from dead to the active stage that we have it right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Many of
So he's
them
a
also
very
think he's. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead, Veer.
yeah, yeah. He is also named as the founder of NISB. Yeah, but yeah,
Exactly.
not technically, but yeah, we can say that.
Yes. We can say that, and he
So
has amazing stories like
yeah,
for all of us there, which are pretty
so
exciting. Me and we heard a couple of them. We
mm,
were like
so we
pretty, it
actually
was
had a
pretty
meet
hilarious.
like a alumni meet kind of thing. And after the meet, got a text from Srinidhi, and I
Hmm?
thought it would be very like very formal, like how are you doing and what are you into and all those things. But we
True.
went from like stand up to legit everything, and we talked for hours. He's a very vibrant, and very good to be around. So yeah, I think we're gonna love it, and we'll see you guys there.
By the ways, if you didn't know, Srinidhi is like a man of all talents. If you give him to speak, he can pick up any topic and he can
Yeah,
keep on speaking about
we
it.
speak for hours, man. Like we have to really tell him to
Shorten the
keep it
time
into
and tell him, yeah,
20 minutes.
Srinidhi,
Yeah,
please reduce the time. But yeah, moving on, another very, very important change which we are bringing about in NISP this year. I wouldn't say change, I would say a new
new
implementation
thing.
which we are
Yeah.
bringing out is the mentorship program.
Mm.
So, this mentorship program, what we thought is we are going to assign a couple of mentors. Is that right?
Yeah.
For every group of people. So these will be like your first points of contact when you
Mm.
join NISP if you have any doubts.
Yeah.
Uh, correct, Noveer, or
Yeah.
am
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mistaken?
No, this
Okay,
is
so
totally correct. So the reason we did it was because we didn't feel like a lot of the IEEE members were actually connected to us. So in this way, we would like you guys to reach out more, and like you can suggest events, ask questions, ask us to teach you
exactly.
something that you're interested in, things like that. So yeah,
Also,
I think we
uh,
have already chosen our mentors, right? So
yes,
they
but
will,
I do think it's open for other second and third IEEE members as well, if I'm not mistaken.
okay, yeah.
Am I?
So yeah, they can apply, and
Yes.
we get to choose who can be a mentor.
So the
So
difference between a mentor and an execom, do we tell that also?
So that is more like so an execom is, as the name suggests, it like executes on the plans and everything. A mentor is more into membership development and being connected with the actual members and listening to them and everything.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that NISB is doing? I think I am done with everything.
I think for now, this is all we are going to disclose because
Okay.
obviously there are big
Oh
things
yeah.
behind the curtains which are going on.
Mm,
So, and because since it's like a pandemic,
mm.
you can get people who are not normally available in other
Yeah,
times or
that's a
free at
huge
other times.
thing.
For
Yeah.
example, the WI panel discussion we had the other day.
Mm.
So
So
those people normally you can't get them. It's
yeah,
very
yeah,
difficult
it's
to
very
get
easy
them.
for them to just join a call rather than traveling to Mysore since like all the traveling time and expense, and they have to take the time out of their schedule. So yeah, I think
Exactly.
it can be like a really good boon that we have online panels and discussions and everything. So yeah, we're really
True.
leaning into it, and you guys should check it out. Other than
Yes.
that, it was Teachers' Day a few days ago.
On Saturday.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
one.
True. And they have to go to college every single
Yeah,
day from 10:30 to 5:30.
yeah.
Even during this pandemic situation, they've been doing it from quite a few months back.
Other than that,
Them.
also they have
Yes.
to get used of the tech and the video calls and preparing all the slides and everything. So a
True.
friend of mine, his dad is a teacher, and he's a
Huh?
very aged, like he's not that good with tech. So when he like messes something up with his calls or everything, the students are often not that empathizing and not that welcoming. So we just wanted to like spend that message across during Teachers' Day and everything.
Exactly. I
So
think teachers really, especially there are quite a few teachers who put like all their effort in teaching like children. I've seen them because I'm going to the college for some work on robotics. But I do see
mm,
all the teachers coming in at 10:30, discussing with each other, telling, "Oh, sir, in connectivity issues." I mean, if I'm going to say it in,
yeah,
they were like, "Sir, there's connectivity issues. How do I resolve that for the next time? My mic was too low, sir. How do I resolve that for the next time?" And it's
mm,
really like it is heartwarming to see like how much effort like generally teachers put in to teach like people.
yeah,
Do you have any
yeah.
experiences like that, or any like, for example, any teacher you particularly remember, or you have like funny stories about teachers or anything?
I have a few funny stories, yes. So even in school, I was a huge techie. I was into all the like coding and everything. And my favorite subject obviously was computer science. Now, my least favorite subject and the subject I failed almost all the time, I actually failed it in college also once, was chemistry.
Oh my
So
goodness.
the chemistry ma'am, this one time my chemistry ma'am and my computer teacher, they were both sitting in a PTM, like next side to side. And I went to the chemistry ma'am. She's like, she tells my mom that he needs to pay more attention in all the subjects and needs to deviate from that, like paying attention to only one subject. And
Okay.
my computer teacher got very mad. So I'm just standing there and they're arguing whether I should study chemistry or not.
You were like the
So
Albert
yeah.
Einstein in CS. Huh?
No, so I was just like, I'll just do what I want. Like, why are you guys? And then, yeah, I failed in chemistry. I almost passed in the boards. Then I failed in the JE. Then I failed in the college. So chemistry is
Oh
in
no.
yeah.
Chemistry is your kryptonite.
What about you? Like any teacher that has like impacted you or any funny stories?
Um, I would say I'm very fortunate, Veer, in that aspect. Like all my school teachers, they've been extremely memorable and extremely helpful. They've been I would say, I have got the best set of teachers I could hope for.
Okay.
like up till now.
Yeah,
And
that's
I've
good
seen a
input.
lot of unexpected people who like keep teaching, because that has helped me a lot. A lot of our ex cores, our seniors, my
Hmm.
basketball seniors, and a lot of like ex NISP core people, even though I hadn't like spoken to them, or I hadn't like talked to them properly or known them
Yeah.
properly, I would say you know they have taught me so much without them doing anything, because the way they do things is like they're teaching it for everyone. Because I remember how Smita used to speak, Anaga used to
Yeah.
speak,
Yeah. So,
Kshitij used to code, Amit used to like conduct his sessions.
yeah, just by seeing the way that they acted, we got a sense of like what we had to do when we got to the position and things like that.
Exactly. But speaking on the topic of Teachers Day, so as like
Hmm.
third years
Oh
in
yeah.
NIE, and as the NISP course, what do you think what we do can be like taught to like people? Because our NISP course, Shujan,
Hmm.
Manu, Tejasvi, they're all an amazing set of people. And even
Yeah.
people who are not there in the course, or who are there in their classrooms in third years, I feel you have an amazing set of people. So if you were a first year, what would you like to learn that you did not know in first year in college? Obviously.
Hmm.
Sorry, by the way, sorry, I'm looking on my right, because for me, Veer is on this part of the screen. Okay.
Yeah, it's
But
all right.
yeah, uh, what would you like to learn if you were in first year? And now that you're in third year, what would you like to teach? Or what should we teach in general to our juniors
Okay.
or people who are
So
on like
I break
semesters
this
before?
down into two things. One is like obviously technology coordinator. So the new technologies that's coming up and all the languages and everything. So that kind of comes with NISB. Like if you're joining NISB, you're gonna learn those things if you attend the workshops. Other than that, I think leadership and like personal development, like talking to people and how you present
Hmm.
yourself in a presentation, things like that
Yes.
can't really be taught. Like the person has to observe the person who's doing
They
it,
can be
and he has to
encouraged
like,
though.
yeah. So it's more of a like you see someone doing it and you do try it for yourself, and then you get good at it like over a period of time. So I think what I learned from NISB the most, even better than the technology and all those things, like all those things I could have learned on my own. But what NISB has given me is what I'm doing right now. Like I can't even imagine myself speaking for like 30 minutes if I was like 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, before joining college. I can't even imagine it. I was the biggest
Mm.
introvert. I couldn't speak on stage. I had like my legs would shiver when I went on any stage. And yeah, so NISB has, I would credit NISB for that. It has brought me to a point where I am not now able to do a bit of stand up.
Yes, if you
I,
didn't know, Veer does
yeah,
stand up now, and it's hilarious. So you should also
yeah.
watch out for
I
his
I
notifications.
have participated Bigyan and paper presentation on all those things. I'm speaking right now, so that's indicator. Indicate. I don't know if I'm good or not, but I'm saying something.
In NISP, I've always been taught that whatever you
Mm.
think it's not enough. There are things you can
Yeah,
always do better, and
yeah,
giving out your energy and giving out your 100%. I think that is the most important thing NISP has taught me.
mm,
The way you portray yourself, the amount of energy you give out, that is the amount of energy that is like reflected, and being taken into. So how much energy you give, that much energy people will take in. You can't expect people to like draw out energy from you.
that's good. So
So
one thing, as you were speaking, honestly, the seniors in NI are way friendlier than I imagined. Like
yes,
when I joined
true
the
for me
college,
too.
I was like, okay, I'm ready to get bullied. I'm like ragging and seniors
uh,
not being friendly. I was ready for that, but like none of that happened. That shocked me. So
Seniors
yeah,
are really friendly,
huge
in fact.
kudos to them, and yeah, everything I am, I've learned from them.
Okay.
So yeah,
So,
they're also kind of teachers, if you think about it. So everyone can
yes.
be a teacher. It doesn't have to be a profession.
So that is what you guys need to take away from this podcast.
Yeah,
Everybody can be a teacher. Nobody needs it to be a profession. It does not need to be a profession,
yeah,
rather.
yeah.
Okay, on that note, I think looking at my phone, I think we have ticked out everything we wanted to talk about.
And we have
So,
crossed the
yeah,
time limit we thought of.
really,
I
let us
think so,
just
yeah.
end it with the quick information, a little more about the podcast.
Mm,
So, if in a month, let's say we're doing some amount of podcasts, we plan to keep half of the podcast non-technical, so tales and stories about people or general
like this
conversations with
one.
people, and the other half to be technical. So when I mean technical, I mean how to get into companies, more information about companies, the latest technologies, what is happening, about coding, probably about
Mm,
electronics, about mechanical engineering. So we want you guys to follow us on the Instagram page, and
mm.
please give us feedbacks of if you think this is nice, if you like the
Yeah,
idea, or you would like to have some inputs and some changes,
yeah.
if
If
you
you
want us
have
to
some
talk about
suggestions,
anything.
yeah. If you
Exactly.
if you like me to like stop speaking so much, so yeah,
So yes,
just let me know. No offense
if you
taken.
just want us to stare at the screen, if you don't
Yeah.
want us to talk, if you want us to make funny noises while talking, just let us know. Feel free
Mm,
uh, to let us know, and we will surely see your suggestions and we'll take it into consideration.
yeah.
And since we have crossed the time limit, I
Yeah.
think that's all that is going to be there for the first podcast.
Yeah,
So
really excited to see you guys in the next ones and all the guests, obviously. We'll have some interesting conversations with everyone. And yeah, I'm excited to let you be the part of that journey.
yes, so please, all of you, feel free to tune in the same time. So that is next Wednesday evening. Until then, goodbye, everybody.